the Imprint circuit is out, and as expected, it probably needs to be removed from the game. I've been complaining about this every single day since they announced it, and I will continue to complain every single day until they remove it. Let's go over how the Imprint circuit works, what you need to do to progress it, and why it needs to be gone. So the Imprint circuit, you can see there's a bunch of little circles here. You can unlock 25 nodes to give your character stats. For example, this is the only one I have unlocked right now. It gives me 50 HP. And then you can keep on unlocking nodes. They'll give you 15 attack, HP is 50, defense is 10. And all the nodes, even this one here, also gives 50, so it's the same no matter how deep you go. 2 crit chance or 2 crit damage, 2 effectiveness, and 2 FRES. And then as you progress towards the big purple things, these are epic nodes. Epic nodes, you can only unlock 1 per board. We only have 2 boards right now, and we'll be getting more later. They mentioned they're in 8.5. You'll get a second board. This S rank here is your soul rank. It's basically after you hit rank 60, you'll be able to keep on getting EXP. Your account EXP will go towards here instead. And as you get soul rank, you'll get more mana crystals, and also I'd assume you get more of these currencies as well. The fragment of resonance is what you use to unlock boards in the first place. And then the radiant mana crystals is for epic nodes. Let's take a look at the epic nodes. Let's start off with the most whelming one. This one, 5% damage reduction. I would assume that this stacks with existing damage reduction sources, because usually there's a thing where if you have multiple sources of damage reduction, only the highest one applies or whatever. This would be completely useless in pretty much every case if this didn't stack, so I would assume that this stacks. You have 5% damage reduction. This one basically means that instead of 15%, it's 10%, so this is really good for debuffers, just because you would have a higher chance to apply your debuffs. And let's save that one for last. This one here increases the crit damage cap up by 50%, so this makes it over to 400%. Now, you don't necessarily have to gear all your units to 400 crit damage, because you'll remember that they recently buffed crit damage buff, which gives you 70 crit damage now, so you can gear some of your DPS at 330 crit damage, give them crit damage buff, and then you'll get to 400 that way. This is a really big boost for any DPS. And then let's take a look at this one. Final speed increases by 3%. And that's just kind of not okay, because the problem is that this only applies to 5 heroes. And you can't, gear, or you can, but, how are you supposed to gear, other speed contesters to contest the common meta picks if they don't have this +3 speed? You're just going to be at a disadvantage every single time. And this doesn't just apply to the speed, because there's one other kind of concerning thing with these stats. So this is plus 50 HP, right? I'm going to, let's look at my Genesis Ross, if I can click on the right thing. But here is, let's not put him in yet. Let's take him back out, check stats. Right now my Genesis Ross has 28370. Now let's put him in. We're going to deploy him. Can I go to his stats? We're going to go through here. So he had 28370. I'm going to go to his stats, and it's 28559. That's 189 HP, I think, which is definitely not 50. Those Imprint circuit stats go straight to your base stats, which means they're getting multiplied by all of the gear from here. And that is just absolutely crazy, because these stats are just way more than what they seem. It's 50 base HP getting multiplied probably roughly 3 extra times. So yeah, they said that this would be minimal for RTA. I don't see how 3 extra speed and a bunch of base stats is going to be minimal. Even taking a look at the DPS example, if we can unlock 25 nodes, let's just make our way down, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think let's just assume the epic node counts as 1, so that's 9. And then let's pick off some extra. This is 9, 10 this way, and then you can do 11, 12, I don't remember if I counted this one. 13, 14, 15, 16, and then just like 17, 18. Just pick up some like extra attack, whatever. Basically, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like 8 or 9 attack nodes. That's about 135 base attack, which is getting multiplied by your gear. That is a lot of attack. Like, your DPS units, besides just increasing the crit damage cap, they're going to be getting like 135 extra base attack, which pretty much makes up for any like shifting you'd have to do to increase your crit damage cap if you're not using crit damage buff. And then that's not to mention like the bulk, right? Because let's just assume you get like 9 HP nodes. That's going to be 450 base HP, which is going to be like 2,000 probably or more extra HP. Same thing with defense. Like, units are going to be so much more tankier, so much higher damage. And right now we can only apply it to 5 units, but like it says we can get 2. I would assume that Soul Rank gives you another one, and then the third one coming in about July, I think, the 8.5 update. This just encourages you to always pick the same units over and over again in RTA. And is that like good? Like, it makes it easier to play the game, sure. Like, you just, well, I'm just going to pick the same team every single game, but like, I don't think that's necessarily good gameplay. I have the take that besides just RTA, I think it should be removed from the game entirely. Because of course for RTA, like, even if you take out this top speed, like we've gone over, like, this is a lot of stats, right? Even if you made it not count as base stats, 135 flat attack is still a lot of attack. And then you look at certain units, like, certain units are going to benefit a lot from having a bunch of flat defense. So basically, besides, that's the RTA problem. I think this also poses problems for like just Arena Guild War in general, because it creates kind of degenerate / annoying gameplay loops. Because for Guild War, you're going to want to put all 6 of your Guild War defense units on your Imprint circuits, and then after your Guild War, like for the top end guilds, right? After your Guild War starts, you'll take them off because then the stats will have been applied and then it'll be fine. You're going to have to shift all 6 of your Guild War units in and out of the Imprint circuit every single time you do an attack. And then for like PvE stuff, you're going to have to shift units in and out constantly, and same thing for Arena. I think that process of it's just an extra, like, I don't know what the word is, an extra chore, I guess, you have to do in order to, like, get stats on your units, which I don't think is really fun or good gameplay. So yeah, I think that the Imprint circuit is, unsurprisingly, not very good. And of course, oh, there's this extra 50 plus 50 stats. Very cool. Like, it's worse than what I expected, honestly, because I did not think that this was going to be going into base stats. They had the Awaken update before, which honestly I think is better than this, because that at least applied to specific heroes. This is not applying to specific heroes. I think this encourages just, like, really unhealthy gameplay loops in general, and also just bad, like, practices for what you should be doing in RTA. It's going to really discourage you from picking off-meta niche units, because they'll just be down a ton of stats. E7 Masters is coming up. Like, if you don't max out your soul rank, you're going to be down a lot. And yeah, hopefully this does not stick around for too long.